What's going on? Aaron here. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this video right now, you might be checking out this website right here called Truelancer, and maybe you're wondering, can you start making some income on Truelancer? Is this a legit platform? What is this all about? Is it a waste of time though, or are there better ways to make money online, right? At any time, if you want to get my favorite way to get to $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home, click the link below and I'll share my favorite strategy with you. Now on this channel, I've reviewed literally hundreds and hundreds of different strategies online on how to make money, and some of them are really good, some of them so-so. A lot of them though are big waste of time. So let's check out Truelancer to see whether this is a good use of your time, or maybe there are better strategies out there, right? Now Truelancer is a very popular freelance platform. Okay, now it's global. You can basically join from anywhere in the world. It is very popular with India though, right? So there are a lot of Indian freelancers on here, but also globally as well, right? Just so that you know. Now as a client, for example, if somebody wanted to come here to get services, you could literally come here and hire a bunch of people on here to do all sorts of different services for you. Let me just show you, for example, right? So these are some of the popular services out there. You know, IT programming. I mean, you know, you could find people in all of these different areas: e-commerce, gaming, development, scripts and utilities, graphic design, you know, UX, UI, logo, graphic, products, icon, writing, copywriting, translation, editing, proofreading, newsletters, right? Data entry is very popular, right? Desktop support, event planning, Excel, finance, sales and marketing, customer support, social media, mobile application, music and audio, and others as well. You get the idea, right? So as a client, you could come here and find freelancers in all of these categories. But if you're here watching this video and you're interested in becoming a freelancer to offer some of your services online, then this is something that you could potentially do from pretty much anywhere in the world. Okay, now you don't necessarily need a specific skill set. So for example, like data entry, you could become a freelancer and do data entry, and you don't really need any prior experience to that as well. Okay, or customer service, for example, right? You could become, you know, a customer service and support person without necessarily doing it in the past. So the great thing about the world we live in right now is there are a lot of ways to make money online as a freelancer and not necessarily have that experience in the real world, but you can come and build your experience here and people are still willing to hire you, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, now just as an example, you can see some of the jobs here. So for example, this is a SEO job. You know, they're charging $97 for this one. This one is an article writing, you know, offer. I will write an original article for 1,000 words. They're charging $8 for that, right? I will do 10 USA local business listings for your business website, $32, right? I will design a professional logo for $25. So let's take a look at this, right? So let's just say you you know, have skills in graphic design, logo design, and you wanted to offer your services and offer to design logos. This is what it might look like, right? I'll design a professional unique logo, unlimited revisions, excuse me, for $25. 125 sold. People can buy this particular service for $25, as you can see right here. Okay, this seller is from Bangladesh, and you can see that, you know, they've designed a lot of logos. This is basically what they would do, and there are lots of reviews right here. Okay, you can see that. That's pretty cool, right? So $25 per logo. That's not bad. You know, it depends on, you know, what kind of logo you want, and you can see that that is one particular job and that you can offer, right? So lots of different price points that you can offer. It just really depends on you. You know, some people charge per job, some people charge per hour. It just really depends on what you're offering, but this is an example of what you can potentially have a look at. Okay, now here's the interesting thing about the way that Truelancer works. Okay, so let me just show you the price points. Now as a freelancer, you can join Truelancer for free. Alright, so $0 per month is free, but in order, when you join for free, there are limitations. Okay, so first of all, you need to understand that if you offer your services as a freelancer in any of the different areas, Truelancer will charge you a 10% service fee. Now that's actually very little. If you compare this to a lot of other freelance websites like Upwork and Fiverr, for example, they charge a lot more. They charge 20% and upwards. All right, so 10% is very small for a website to allow you to come here, offer your services, somebody hires you, you get paid as a freelancer. I think it's pretty good. Okay, max project value though is $75 US. Okay, so you can't charge super high as a free user. $75 is the maximum, but that's not bad because If you charge per hour, for example, like $10 per hour, $15 per hour, it still falls within that bandwidth, right? The only thing though is if you're completing a project, then you can't charge more than $75 for a one-off project, okay? Proposals per month, this is how many you can actually list, okay? This is how many you can apply for, okay? So when somebody has a job, and you want to apply for it, that's what's called a proposal. So you can only apply to 20 jobs, which is actually quite little if you think about it, because I'm going to show you in a second. One of the problems with Truelancer is it can be pretty competitive. Okay, so there are a lot of jobs available, but the chances you get hired are a lot lower because the competition is quite high. I'm going to show you this in a second. So you might decide that you want to upgrade so that you can get more proposals. Okay, so for example, if you upgrade to $5 per month, then you can apply to 50 jobs. If you apply to $10 per month, you can apply to 100 jobs, right? And then if you if you upgrade to Plus, it's $50 per month, which is quite expensive, honestly, for a freelancer. But you can apply to 150 jobs. Okay, that's a different, right? Now, you can also do service listings, which I think is important, right? Service listings is basically you can share people your skills or what you do. Right? So instead of you applying to a job, you can upload your service listing to offer your services, right? So you can only have 5 per month here. Here it's 15, here it's 20, and here it's 25. So the more service listings you have, the more visibility you have as a freelancer. So you might decide that you might want to upgrade to at least maybe the basic or the pro. It does cost you $5 per month at the basic level and $10 per month at the pro level, but it gives you a higher chance, I think, when you're first getting started, of actually getting a job, right? Because you can offer more listings and you can apply to more jobs right here. Okay, now let me show you the jobs that you can apply for, right? So we're going to go here. This is basically find jobs. And under here, you're going to find that there are a bunch of jobs that you can apply to. Okay, so for example, this writing content and copywriting document editor job, right? They're gonna pay you $32 and there are only 2 proposals. So that's quite low. So if you have these skills like writing content, I would apply to this job straight away, right? But this was only posted 18 minutes ago. So that's why it's probably got less proposals, right? So if I was to come in here, just to have a look, well, right now there's 5 proposals, 115 views, okay? It's they're gonna pay $32, which is this is the Indian currency right here, okay? And it just says my project is all about writing content about the description given for me and writing it down. That's all. Okay, you can see the contents right here and how much they're willing to pay. Okay, I think that's not. I'm not sure if that's an accurate number right there, but you could apply for this. Okay, 5 proposals right there, and then you can continue and you can see here. Okay, abacus teacher required. Nobody applied to that, so you might want to apply to that. But the thing is, do you have that skill set, right? Need a professional copywriter service. 14 proposals. So you can see some of them are pretty competitive. All right. So if you wanted to join this and make the $34, for example, right? You're competing against 14 other people. That's quite hard to compete against unless you're really, really good and skilled. Okay. So just understand that you have to pick and choose which ones to apply for, because remember, if you're a free member, you can only apply to 20 per month, and you're going to use that number up very, very quickly. All right, and so that's kind of the problem with Truelancer, is that it's a little bit competitive, right? So some of the really good jobs, for example, like look at this one, right? Short story writer required, $9, 30 proposals. Okay, there's no way that you're going to get hired out of 30 people. It's very competitive. I mean, you might get lucky and they might pick you out of 30 people, but that's pretty competitive, right? You're competing against 30 other proposals, and also it means that the client here has to actually go through all 30 proposals, because sometimes they won't go through all 30 proposals. They might go through 10 and then realize that out of the 10 they like 2. They might shortlist 2 and ask you for some references, and then out of the 2 they pick 1. Or maybe they ask, they pick 5 and they ask for 5 references of your work, for example, and out of the 5 they pick 1. So it can be quite competitive. Look at this one right here. Sign up to thousands of accounts to a raffle. $500, 50 proposals. I mean, you're going to be competing against 50 other applications. That's pretty challenging, okay? So you get the idea, right? Short story, $2 per hour. It's pretty low pay. Approximately 5 hours of work. That's very low pay, honestly. 32 proposals. Very hard to compete against that. So I would say that, that's the thing about Truelancer is that, look, there are a lot of jobs available. Right? There's a lot of categories that you can check out. Right here you can see all of these different categories that you can apply for. You can upload your services and stuff like that, but it is a competitive platform. Okay, so what I would say is that you can potentially make some money on Truelancer. I think you'll probably need to upgrade a little bit so that you can get more numbers for you to apply for. You can offer your services more, but it's one of those websites where you're just going to have to be super active every single day to try and capture a job, because it is quite competitive. And there's a lot of people on this website that are looking for jobs and are offering jobs at the same time. Okay, now the big question is how much money can you make from freelancing, right? Well, I think it's one of those things where if you're an absolute beginner and you've never done any freelancing before, you're not on any of the freelance websites, and there's some other ones I can show you right here, like Fiverr is very popular but also very competitive, because Fiverr is one of the OGs. Okay, it's one of the, they've been around for a very, very long time. Another one that I like to use to hire people is Upwork. Right, Upwork is very, very popular. I hire a lot of my people from Upwork. Okay, but what I would recommend is maybe going to a few of the different freelance websites: Freelancer, Truelancer, Fiverr, Upwork. There's quite a few out there, right? And I would, build your profile on all of them. Okay, and slowly start to pick up work. See which one works for you the best. It does take a little bit of time, but the big question is how much money can you make as a freelancer? Okay, now it really depends on whether you're a beginner or whether you've been doing this for a while. If you're a beginner, it's going to take you a little bit of time to build up your portfolio, right? To build up your reputation, okay? And then it depends on how many hours are you working every single day. It's one of those things. So freelancing, it's kind of like a full-time job. It's just that you're doing it virtually instead of at an office. Okay, at a physical office, which I think is pretty cool, right? But still, you're still trading time for money, and it really depends on what platform you're on, what kind of skill you're offering, and what are you charging? Are you charging someone $1 per hour, or are you charging someone $10 or $20 or $50 per hour? It really depends, right? So you can potentially, if you do this well, you can potentially get to $1,000, $2,000 a month, right? Sometimes even more, but it's going to require you to put in a lot more effort and time. Okay, so that's what I would say. Those are realistic numbers to shoot for: $1,000 to $2,000 per month. If you start to increase the amount of income that you're making, or you're charging people, plus you're building your reputation and you're getting really, really good at this, but you're gonna have to work full-time hours. So very likely 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours per day. Then you can get to the higher numbers, right? $3,000, $4,000, maybe even $5,000 per month. But you're gonna have to be a very experienced freelancer to get to the $5,000 per month level. More realistically, I would say a few $100s per month to $1,000 to $2,000 a month. And then you can kind of go from there, right? And that's kind of what you can expect with working a freelance job. I think that it's better than working in an office, okay? But you're still trading time for money. If you're not working, unfortunately, if you're not putting in the hours, if you're not picking up projects, right? Then you're not gonna make any money. So if you're traveling, if you're sick, if you're not feeling well, if you're not working, you're definitely not gonna be generating any income, which kind of sucks, unfortunately, especially online, okay? But, Truelancer is a legitimate free platform that you can use. You can pay if you want to upgrade a little bit, but it is a little bit competitive though, as you've seen right here, and you need to be okay with that. Okay, so if you want to check it out, you want to become a freelancer, Truelancer.com, you can check it out right here. All right, now if you're on this website right now, if you're on this video, sorry, and you're looking for a way to generate income, right? Maybe you want to make big income, maybe you don't know how, you're doing some research on a freelance website like Truelancer. Listen, on this channel I've reviewed hundreds and hundreds of different strategies and methods for you to make money online. Some of them are really good, some of them are so-so. A lot of them though are a big waste of time. But out of all the really good ones, I have distilled it into one strategy where I think that an absolute beginner, someone that has no experience making money online, has the best chance of going from zero to their first $5,000 to $10,000 a month, 100% from home. If you would like to check out that strategy, I've got a free masterclass that goes through it in a lot of detail, step by step. Just click the link below and I'll send you that free masterclass and you can check it out if you would like. All right, I hope you enjoyed this review of Truelancer. All the best to you. See you on another video review. Speak to you soon.